I was muted the whole time. I said, hi, hi, hi. Hello, 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 hi. I missed you guys. I missed you guys. Did you miss me? Hi. Breh. 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 That's what seals sound like. Where have you been? I've been touching grass. Yes, I've been touching grass. Touching a lot of grass. Hi! You had Bobert withdrawals? Oh no! Someone, get him some Suboxone quick! Some Suboxone. We've never been so back. Schley? We were never gone to begin with, chat. Bubble buddies are forever. Forever! And ever, 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 and ever. Schley. Hyper Rookie, thank you. Stealth Oblivion, thank you. Gold Recluse, thank you. Turn, thank you. Shoelace, thank you. Anwell, thank you. NR, thank you. Pajinga, thank you. Devastating Lee, thank you. Dermy Worm, thank you. Vaderman, thank you. Elevator Doors, thank you. Lux Dragon, thank you. Delexiel, thank you for the 10 gifted. Blank the Whale, thank you. Silver, thank you. Shark Dog, thank you. Tradition, thank you. Tianji, thank you. Jay, thank you. Caps Lock, thank you. Dark Pulse, thank you. Anyot Sony, thank you. Deprimart, thank you. Agent, thank you. Lobo Diablo, thank you. Alfera, thank you. Revampies, thank you. Tripwire, thank you. Max, thank you. Spunoffsy, thank you. Gumber, thank you. Jude, thank you. Sniper, thank you. I have ADHD, thank you. Meta, Orc, thank you. Moon, thank you. T-Baggins, thank you. Chewy, thank you. Devil, thank you. Psycho Magica, thank you. Conpi, thank you. Anon, thank you for the dono. Tubby, thank you. Seymour Cleavage, thank you. Shane, thank you. Wingless Angel, thank you. Kergizzle, thank you. Let's see. Silver Nightwing, thank you. Shin, thank you. Gingy the Brawler, thank you. Barbas, Dantiok, thank you. Age Troller, thank you. Nova, thank you. Dimensional Fish, thank you. Pipe Organ, thank you. Drake Gear, thank you. Iron Fist, thank you. Silly Moon, thank you. Blue Tsunami, thank you. Yeah, Kingland, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. I hope you're well. Dark Pools, thank you. Hyper Rookie, thank you. Stealth Oblivion, thank you. Let me cook, thank you. Patty Whack, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you. Little Sugar Bear, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Thank you. Let me cook, thank you. Milk the Creamer, thank you. Cream, hi Cream. Happy 38 months. Thank you so much. Hi everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Pedro Dash. Oh, thank you so very much. Happy 4 months. Oh my gosh, 10,000 bits, Geek Girl. Stop. Welcome back. Oh, thank you so very much. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Simmer Down. Thank you, England. Thank you, Mobius. Thank you for the 10 gifted. Thank you, Mobius. Thank you, guys. Zeru. Hi. Happy 3 years, Zeru. Sean Snow, thank you so much for the 4 months. Here's to your brighter June for my Oshi. Oh, thank you. I hope I have a brighter June too. I think it's looking up. Terry Foo, hi BB. Thank you so much for the 7 months. Mwah. We loved and missed you. I missed you too, man. Oh, thank you. This is crazy. Yo! Oh my gosh, a Beatles stream. No way. All right. You're my only Deku. You make me happy. When skies are gray. Chat, if you really think about it, Phineas and Ferb is literally just Neurosama and Beetle. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like the same cinematic universe. Because you have, like, Isabella, and you have Ferb, and you have Candace, and you have Jeremy, and you have Harry the Platypus and Doofenshmirtz. Like, the whole gang is just Phineas and Ferb. Also, yeah, Ferb is literally just Beetle, if you think about it. Like, am I crazy to say that? It's totally not the fact that he has a British accent. But it makes sense, right? Who's Perry? Chat, where's Perry? No, we have to ask that anytime, like, if Evil is streaming, then we have to ask, like, where's Perry? Or if Neuro's streaming, like, where is Perry? Because, like, they're Who's Candace? Mom! Vio Neurosama are making a title sequence. It makes sense, right? Anyways, hello everyone. Oh my god, level 13. Holy shit. Why Black Wolf, thank you. Detective Glaive, thank you. Crispy Pie, thank you. Dylan, thank you. Zodiac, thank you. Jackalope Person, thank you. Boop, thank you. Rusty Programming Socks, thank you for the 5 gifted. Akachai, thank you. Toony Looney, thank you. Josh, thank you. Little Sugar Bear, thank you. Wow, oh my gosh, crazy raid. I hope everyone had a lovely stream. Holy shit. Wait, what happened? 10K? What do you mean? What? What did I miss? What? 10K what? What just happened? What? 10K what? 10K what? Holy shit! Wait, chill out! Whoa! Oh my god! Ikachai, thank you so much for the 50 gifted! Holy shit! Celeste, thank you so much! Shugo Shaz, thank you so much for the 5 gifted! A room cod Exo, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. A tier, thank you so much for the 4 gift. 10 billion gifted. Holy, wait, chill out. No, Swarm. I hope it's not Swarm. I hope it's just Battle Buddies. Yo, you guys are just come here to chill, okay? We were just here to chill. The way I wanted to talk about not seeking external pieces of happiness today, and now I have a giant fucking hype train. Okay, well, so much for that. Kizuto, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Lapster, thank you so much. Perry, thank you so much. Dave Forrest, thank you so much. Perry, thank you for the 10 gifted. Perry the platypus. Okay, guys, Who would I be? I want to be Doofenshmirtz, bro. No, actually, no. Ellie would be Doofenshmirtz. Thank you, Numi. JRPG, thank you for the 10 gifted. Celeste, thank you so much. Xylek, thank you so much. Date, thank you so much. Gentle Bruce, thank you so much. Siren, thank you so much. Hawkeyes, thank you. D Grox, thank you for the 10 gifted. Spicy Stromboli, thank you so much. Mega Beedrill, thank you so much. Jesus Christ, thank you so much. JRPG, thank you so much. Cherry, thank you so much. Captain Mill, thank you for the 10 gifted. Thank you. Hope your break went well. We love you so much and want you to be happy. Thank you. Who's Vanessa? I have no idea. Who be Phineas? Evil Beetle. Evil is Doofenshmirtz. That is the largest hype train I've ever seen. Oh my god, dude, don't say that, because the largest one was from you guys, wasn't it, Swarm? You guys were top of the hype train leaderboards. I think you guys still are, aren't you? Ovara, thank you so very much. Taylor, not so swifty, thank you so much. Geek Girl, thank you so very much for 5K bits. Holy shit. Region, your returns, thank you. Fleetatoria, thank you so much. Jake Dog, Shark Dog, thank you so much. Captain, thank you so much. Dark Pools, thank you so much. Jesus Christ, oh my god, 50 gifted, what the fuck? Thank you, Jesus Christ. Is it supposed to be Jesus Christ? But it's a G, so would it be Jesus? Ovara, thank you so much. Holy schmoly. Whoa, can we pause the hype train? I don't want to start a subathon every time I start stream. Okay, well, our last record was 48, I think. Get appreciated, okay? Plap, plap, plap. Get appreciated, get appreciated. Why? But why? What playlist is this, Bao? It's Kawaii Hyperpop. I know. Guys, stop playing the worst sound alerts I have. Can we play some that make me look good? Hey, that was a joke, chat. You guys wouldn't get my dark, edgy humor, okay? It's a joke, okay? I love hyperpop. Oh, slay. All right, well, here's the playlist. That does look good. Oh, uh-oh. All right, that wasn't me. That was... You guys are playing the sound alerts that make me sound like a psychopath. Hey, Sheena, thank you so much. Iridian, thank you so much. Salon, thank you so much. Tsunami, thank you so much. Nordic Joy, thank you. Spam Dude, thank you so much. Billy, thank you so much. Agent Creeper, thank you so much. Swarm attack. No more. I can't. God, I can't. Stupid ass sound alerts. Shivan Dragon, thank you. Dumont, thank you. Okay. Well, anyways, hi everyone. I'm back. I don't know, I can't remember how long I was gone. How long was I gone? Oh, hell nah. Let's see. 12 days ago. Almost 2 weeks ago, chat. I was gone a pretty long time. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. We gotta cut out the sound alerts, chat. I'm muting them now. Don't redeem any. I'm muting them. Thank you. I have severe ADHD and they make my line of thinking disappear. In fact, I don't have any anymore. Thank you guys so much for the bits and the subs and the level 19. I don't know what to do with all of this. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I just needed a little time to... So I guess, there's a lot to say about the human psyche and, if you go through something, then sometimes your brain doesn't know the difference between if you're being attacked by a giant lion or your boss is yelling at you. You know what I mean? And so I feel like mentally and physically, I felt like I was stuck in survival mode. Like my body was stuck in fight or flight. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. I had a lot of chest pain from anxiety. And I felt almost like paralyzed in my bed. Like I was just rotting the days away, and it felt like the only time I could feel kind of human was if my friends forced me to leave my house or I had to stream. And then, it wasn't good to stream during those days because, I wear my emotions on my sleeves. I wear my heart on my sleeves. And it really showed that I wasn't doing so hot whenever I streamed. And I don't want to worry my chat, so I took much needed time off, Oh, thank you, Neko. Thank you so much, Asian Boy. Thank you, Plague Plays. Thank you, Loon Member. Thank you, Birdie. Thank you, Thank you, Amechu. Thank you, Rain. Thank you, Geek Girl. Thank you, Zendaka. Thank you, Rain. Thank you, Cotton Tops. Thank you, Tim Sands. Thank you, Taylor Not So Swifty. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Neko JPL. Well, yeah, there's a lot to say about being a streamer is a very privileged job to have. I can make my own hours. This job is a luxury to have, and I'm not there's no reason for me to complain or hate my job because I love my job. But when I am not, I guess my brain is not doing the hottest, then it's really hard to hide that because, I hang out with you guys. I hang out with my chat for hours a day. You see, it's different than a YouTube video. I would say being a streamer is much different than being a YouTuber because a YouTuber, everything's pre-filmed, everything is, and I'm generalizing, but everything is, polished before you see the final product. Whereas streaming is, these are my thoughts, emotions, how I sound, how I talk. There is no post editing or production. This is just me with maybe 30 milliseconds of latency, right? So it's really hard for me to hide that I'm not doing so hot, and I don't want to that's bad for me. That's bad for my chat. And I have a lot of bad habits, the caked up monster, thank you. That's very sweet of you. 1K bits, thank you so much, Captain. A rainbow, thank you so much. Yeah. I don't really know the point I'm getting at. I think I'm just rambling at this point. But yeah. My normal cycle of things is I like to play catch up with myself, and then I got really burnt out. I'll like binge stream. I know that's not a real word, but I'll stream a ton, get burnt out, take a break, and then I take the break, and it doesn't really feel like a break because I feel like I'm running out of time. And excuse me, that's no way to live, right? Living as if there's like a doomsday clock above your head is not super fun. Yeah, I've had to come to the realization that, as much as I hate not, I guess, like, I feel like I don't know, I miss I feel like people say you miss all the opportunities you don't take, but sometimes you gotta, like, how do I explain this? Say those opportunities come, right? But you're not in the right time or place in your life to take those opportunities and really make use of them. And so let's say you do take that opportunity and it doesn't go the way you want it to because, I don't know, you just weren't ready for it. That's what I really had to, like, come to peace with. That I'm not running out of time. I need to find better ways of fulfillment to find happiness. And it needs to stop being external. I need to stop looking for external sources of happiness. And I shouldn't internalize every bad thing that happens to me, because I have a very bad habit of catastrophizing, right? Like, one bad thing can happen to you, and it's so easy to generalize, to live as if, like, everything is tainted because one bad thing happened is no way to live. It's like torture. And I really like this quote. I wrote it down. Don't pray for easier days. Pray for the resilience to get through difficult ones. And yeah, the past, I started reading, chat. I know. Isn't that crazy? After college, I haven't picked up a book ever since. Like, the last time I picked up a book was when I was in my clinicals, which was, god damn, it's been like 7 years. It's crazy. But yeah, I know how to read now, which is pretty awesome. I do like to read. Reading is fun. I read chat, when you know your life is in shambles when you start to read again. That's true. Sometimes books just find their way to you during parts of your life where you need it the most. The first book I read was Don't Believe Everything You Think. I thought it was an okay book. I'd give it like 4 out of 5 stars. I wasn't a big fan of the hand-holdingness of the book. I'm so bad with American idioms. The crux of the book is that there are thoughts that should just be treated as
I don't know, protons and electrons bouncing around in your brain. Your thoughts are like just kinetic energy in your brain, and you don't have to like give them significance. If you start to think past like anything when it stops being objective and it starts being subjective, then you have to learn to ground yourself, which I thought was like, that seems easier said than done. And then the rest of the book was kind of, it felt like coping, it felt like coping. But I mean, I get it, because like your brain is a muscle, and the more you train your brain to take specific neural pathways, aka like certain lines of thinking, then the more you will be able to not have intrusive thoughts, which is very difficult, but I'm trying. And then I read The Courage to Be Disliked. I was recommended to this by some friends some IRLs that took me to a bookstore. I think every streamer should probably read this book. I think that it should be, I think if I could make a required reading list for streamers and VTubers, I would put this book at the top. And I really liked this book. There's some parts of the book that were a little hard to digest. It's a hard pill to swallow, right? We have, like, from the moment that we're born, we're taught that praise is good, right? Our parents, we love it when our parents praise us. That means that we're doing something right. We live for their approval. And then we get to a stage where we need to seek the praise and approval and acceptance from within. And we don't have the tools to do that because we were never really taught how to. And yeah, I really liked the book. There's some parts that were confusing, and I think I'm still digesting it. But this is why I love autism. Are you talking about me, bro? I just have ADHD. I don't have autism. Are you talking about me? Are you diagnosing me? I don't have autism. What are you talking about? I'm just talking about a book that I like. I'm talking about me? Oh, my bad. You know what? That's my bad. I should take some teachings away from this book. See? This is an excellent lesson. This chatter said something about autism, and I immediately self-reported and thought that they were talking about me, and that was me projecting. That was my insecurity. I'm insecure that maybe a part of me believes that I do have autism, but you know what? That's not. Oh yeah, and that's part of my life task based off of Adlerian psychology. You have life tasks. Some belong to you and some belong to others. When it comes to how you're being perceived by other people, that is not your life task. Your life task is to have confidence in the people and friends around you, and to worry about all the objective tools that you have to better your life. And you cannot compare yourself to other people because they are on a different path with different tools than you. And there's no way you can be that person. And it doesn't matter what has, and this part of the book was a little controversial. It says that everything in the past belongs in the past and thus no longer exists. So it says, and this is a hard pill to swallow, and everyone can interpret this book very differently, and you don't have to agree with this book, but it says that a lot of trauma and a lot of things that we hold on to emotionally is also self-inflicted, that we have to let go of the weight that we give to trauma and bad memories and things that have happened to us. And the more we allow those things to control us, the less freedom we have in our lives. Because if you take away all of the suffering, and like humans, we don't need to suffer to have fulfilling life. Like, we shouldn't let suffering be the course of change we need to become better or happier. And so once we let go of that and keep everything in the past, then we can finally move forward and grow as people and find, I guess, like our own sources of happiness, which I thought was really great. But I can understand that there's like some exceptions to that. I think that it's and the reductive part that is also talked about in the book. You know, I'm just quoting the book. You know, everyone has it's like the conversation, the way the book is presented is between a youth who is super nihilistic and a super realist, and probably has the same like knee-jerk reactions as people who like read that for the first time, and then the philosopher who is explaining his teachings to the youth, and he's trying to make the youth become like a person who focuses on the present and what he is able to change as opposed to what he cannot change, which I think is a good thing. It's a Japanese book that got translated to English. It's called The Courage to Be Disliked. Because and I think my favorite takeaway from the book is that when someone dislikes you, you know, it means that somewhere inside of them, whether it be unconscious, subconscious, or conscious, they've already decided to dislike you. And you know, they might not even know it, but you know, once you dislike someone, you are now looking for things to make that dislike concrete and that dislike rooted in reality. So you're constantly going to be looking for reasons and affirmations to truly dislike this person and justify your dislike of them. And that's why in a room full of 10 people in your life, there will be, imagine all the people you meet in your life, they're all reduced to just statistically a ratio of 10 people. In that group of 10 people, one person will fucking hate your guts. 2 people will love you. And, the 7 other people don't even know you exist. Who are you going to pay attention to? And how are you going to live your life? Which I thought makes a lot of sense. Someone already dislikes you. If someone dislikes you, there's no point in trying to get them to not dislike you, because somewhere deep inside, they disliked you before they could even have a reason to. That's kind of generalizing, but that's what the book said. I'm quoting the book. I am a recovering people pleaser for sure. And the thing about people pleasing behavior, at least how the book portrays it, is that it's like, it's more of a self-fulfilling, it's very self-fulfilling, because I'm looking for external acceptance. And I'm looking, and then, you know, if I don't get that from a person that I'm being a people pleaser for, then like I'm mad at them for an expectation that they don't know about and that I put on them. And so that's why it's important to realize that in a way it can be selfish to be a people pleaser. And, you know, I guess the point of reading books like this is to shift your way of thinking, because, you know, we're so used to thinking we have habits, right? We all see things in our own frame of references. But if you can like shift it just a little bit, then it gives you insight on how you can, I guess, step away for a second, take a step back and view, you know, your life and the things that have happened in a way that is more objective and, I guess, one, make peace with it. Two, distance yourself so that it doesn't like become an internalized reason for why you're unable to move forward in life. And then, like the weight that it carries too is exhausting. And you don't even know it too. So, I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good book. Some parts were a little hard to comprehend. Maybe I'm just bad at reading, but yeah, I do like that they very clearly tell me what is my responsibility and what is other people's responsibility, which is like, I cannot control how people see or view me. That is their task. My task is to, I'm gonna look it up. Life tasks of courage to be disliked. I could pull out my Kindle, but I forgot. Okay, so you have 3 main life tasks. You have self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is you accept yourself as you are with all of the things that you think are flaws, but you try to view it in an objective way. The second main life task is to have confidence in others. Confidence in others is very difficult. It involves seeing other people as equals as opposed to people who are better than you or like worse than you. Because once you try to seek approval of people around you, it turns that relationship into a vertical relationship where you're trying to surpass them as opposed to just becoming friends with them, or vice versa. And then it warps your sense of self-worth. And so you want to have a horizontal relationship where you do things and you don't expect anything in return. But if things do happen in return, then you can just say thank you and be grateful. And that's the point in having confidence in other people. It takes, and that's why the book is called The Courage to Be Disliked. It takes courage to live your life in a way that frees you from expectations of others and knowing that people will dislike you no matter what. But people disliking you is a sign that you are living your life in a way that is honest to you. And I thought that was so beautiful, that being disliked is proof that you are living the way you want to. Yeah, I thought that was very beautiful. A horizontal relationship, huh? You're stupid. Anyways, and then, the point about self-acceptance is like imperfections and seeing your imperfections and recognizing your strengths and weaknesses. It's like, it has to come, and you have to look at yourself in a way that is not about how other people view you. Like a trait that you have is neither good or bad. It's you, if you take away the portion of how people see it, if that makes sense. Like it's just the tools that you were given in life. And then the third life task is contribution to others, which is participating in society and making a positive impact. And that can be on like a molecular level, as in like your neighbor or a close friend or a close friend group. I don't know. It's about like knowing that you existing is a positive impact to the world on like the like base level of it all, if that makes sense. Nodders. Practical implications. Do not seek external validation. Be authentic. Don't get bogged down in others' tasks. When they talk about tasks, it's like, focus on yourself and let others handle their own reactions and judgments. Worry about your own. And then treat others as equals and avoid hierarchical thinking. Because if you have confidence in the people around you, you'll see them as comrades and not like people to be like, and not enemies in that way. Like if you see everyone as an equal and instead of someone that you have to win over or someone that you need to like people please really hard to get on their good side in order to be their friend. Like even if you don't mean it, like it's still selfish in a way. And that's like totally subjective, but that's just how like the book rationalizes it. And that creates like a hierarchical relationship as like superior and inferior. And if you see the whole world as your enemy, then like that fucking sucks. TLDR, like no one, if you live your life seeing everyone as an enemy, that will fucking suck because you're constantly in a competition that only you are participating in. The other person doesn't even know. And so when you think that you have a victory, like, oh, yes, I'm finally better than this person, then wouldn't that just be a very hollow victory? Like, it's like running a race, except you're the only one participating, and then you turn around and no one was even running with you. And so how can you count that a victory when only you were participating in it? So true. But yeah, I think like there's healthy nihilism and stoicism, and then there's like stoicism and nihilism that has the agenda of victimizing yourself and like making excuses for, I guess, your lack of friendships, relationships, so on and so forth. The thing I like to take away from stoicism and nihilism is the let them theory, which is sort of why this book separates life tasks in such a way. You are responsible for being a decent person, and anyone else that like does anything that exists outside of that is not your responsibility. There is a difference between self-restraint and relying on inaction. True. There's a lot to be considered when like these definitions are like handed to you when you read it, and there's a lot of nuance because we're creatures and humans of complex thoughts and emotions. But I think that being too empathetic can be bad for you, and being not empathetic enough is also bad for you. And so reading about like these thoughts and emotions and how distance in between friendships is like you respecting the friendship enough to like allow that distance to stay there and not like, you know, like the fixers, the people that like see a friend struggle and so they try to fix their whole lives. It's also like, you know, what is inaction versus action? You can lead a horse to water, but will the horse drink the water? I think that it is much more effective if you give your friend the tools to help themselves and you allow them to make the choice to help themselves or not. And you being there and you encouraging them is enough, but you cannot do those things for your friends. So true. Am I the thinker? Chat, I read one book. I'm literally the thinker. True. Am I the thinker? No way. The dent is vanishing. She's a philosopher now. Baucrates. No, if I was any philosopher, I'd be Diogenes. Do you guys know who Diogenes is? He's my favorite philosopher. Diogenes, homeless man. Renowned Greek philosopher, famously lived a life of homelessness and cynicism. He was known for his radical rejection of conventional values and his embrace of natural life, leading a life of poverty and self-sufficiency. Diogenes' homelessness was not a result of circumstance, but a conscious choice to live outside societal norms and expectations. Diogenes limited his possessions to a cloak and a bag to hold food, demonstrating his indifference to material wealth. He openly engaged in unconventional behaviors, such as living in a jar, publicly fapping, and performing other acts that challenged societal norms. His lifestyle was a form of protest against the perceived corruption and artificiality of society. he jorked it into Times Square, chat. Guys, it's a metaphor! Dude, guys, grow up. It was literally a metaphor. God, you guys just wouldn't get it. Only high IQ individuals who are awake and have their third eye open. Oh my God, speaking of third eye. Wait, okay, before I like, before I get into it and you guys start worrying about me, I want to show you guys pictures of the pretty places I went to. Yeah, can I show you guys pretty pictures of the places I went to? Open link. Open the links. Hold on. I have to get all the pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Meow, 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 meow. 4. Rainbow in the sky. Oh, and then this picture. Open link. Okay. Ta-da! I went on a pretty coastal trip with some friends and got to enjoy seeing all of the shorebirds and touched a lot of grass. I love bird watching. That's a hobby I now have. I really enjoy being able to identify birds, especially based off of their calls and chirps. It makes me happy. I saw Brandt's cormorants. I saw a lot of pelicans and some other shorebirds like oyster catchers. They were very, very cute and they smelled really bad. They smelled really fishy because of the updraft of the wind. That big old rock over there. Yep, that's... Yeah, that's where they are. And the wind carried all of their poo-poo and it stank. But it was still very beautiful. And then I saw a bunch of seals. These are just your average California sea lions. And there were also stellar sea lions. They weigh up to like some crazy amount. I think like 4,500 pounds is how fat they get. Yeah, there were some real fat chonkers on this little like broken dock. And they were very loud and very chaotic. Seals truly are just dogs, but can swim. Well, I guess dogs can swim. Dogs that can hold their breaths longer in the water. They were so loud, chat. Or, and they would scream and they would yell and they would like hiss at each other and bark. It was so funny. It was so like silly and chaotic. And they all came in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Some were teeny tiny and some of them were almost like walruses. They're so fat. I love them. And then here's me with Lily in the background. Look, it's a whale. It's a whale and it's an orca. I thought it was such a cute, pretty mural, so I took a picture. Yeah, look. Me, Lily in real life. No way. Art imitates real life or real life imitates art. Yeah. And then I saw a really interesting phenomenon. There was a rainbow, but only within the confines of this cloud. I don't know what this is called. I'm going to look it up. Rainbow that only occurs in a cloud reflection. It's called cloud iridescence or iridescent clouds. This optical phenomenon, similar to color seen in soap bubbles, occurs when light scatters off of tiny ice crystals or water droplets within clouds. So they're called cloud iridescence. Kind of like how we see iridescence in soap bubbles. And I thought that was a very cool thing, so I took a picture of it. And then here's me in like a prehistoric jungle. And this is how small I would be if I was in the Cretaceous period. I look like a molecule. Me when I see a lepidodendron tree and I have to not panic because I accidentally fell into a rift in time. Wow. Dinosaur stacks. But yep, this was a super fun little nature trip. Guys, national parks are free. Did you know that? National parks are free. You can just go to these awesome, beautiful places and not pay a single dime. It's pretty awesome. You should do that sometime. I think it would be good for you. Noang for free? Yeah, dude. National parks are free. Anyone can go in. Yay! Anyways, what else did I do? Oh, so last night, I went to the airport and I was waiting for my flight at my gate, and I had some leftover Korean food that I wanted to heat up and eat. And I have, if you fly Delta and you have an Amex card, then you can get access to the lounges. And I walked all the way towards the lounges, but the Delta lounge was not in the direction of the normal lounges. So I had to walk the completely other way after I realized that. And then I finally got there. And then I realized that I'm not flying Delta. I'm actually flying Alaska. And I was like, oh. So I couldn't even go in anyways. But then I remembered that I flew enough times that they gave me this card for priority clubs. Like, have access to like a bunch of different clubs for free now. And they're like, oh yeah, that card will work if you go to the club. And then I was like, oh, that's great news. What club? And they said the club. I was like, yeah, I know, but like what club are you talking about? And then the guy was like, no, the lounge is quite literally called the club. And I was like, oh. I bet I sounded so stupid to that guy. Not only did I forget that I wasn't flying a Delta flight, what? Yeah, I know. What club? So I walked all the way back to where the lounges are just to be told that it was like a 20-minute wait to get in, and that's like about how much time I had until boarding started. And I was like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. And I was practicing regulating my emotions, taking deep breaths. Not everything works out in life. That's okay. There's no need to hold on to the negative emotions. Breathe. Take deep breaths. Breathe. So I got to this cute little Vietnamese cafe and I ordered chicken pho. I usually don't have chicken pho, but it sounded good and I ordered it, and goddamn, it was piping hot. And I put a bunch of sriracha and hoisin sauce in, and I sit down and I'm already sweating from like walking fast back and forth all the lounges and stuff and not getting anything done. My blood sugar is shot because I'm super hungry, and I just start like, dude, I don't even care that this chicken pho is 1,000 degrees. I'm gonna start inhaling this shit. And so I'm like inhaling it, and like in between bites, I like with food still in my mouth, you know, like when you eat something spicy and it's also super hot. It intensifies like how hot everything is. And so I'm sweating. I like take off my jacket. I'm just wearing a tank top. I put my hair in a bun. I'm just like, like in between bites, I was like exhaling and inhaling through my mouth like a gorilla. Like, because I was so hungry. And the girl, okay, so here's how the seats were arranged. It's one of those tables that one person sits on one side, one person sits on the other side. And there's another table like that adjacent to me, but she's on the other side. So she's like slightly to my left, slightly on the other side. And she's like, is on her phone while I'm eating super loud and obnoxiously, and she starts laughing at me, chat. She was like laughing at me. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I've been doing a lot of walking, and this chicken pho is so spicy and hot. And she was like, no, you're fine. I'm glad you're enjoying your food. And I was so embarrassed. I tried to eat like quieter, but like I couldn't eat quieter because the chicken pho, like after 15 minutes, like that shit was still so hot. And I tried to like quietly breathe in between like sips and like slurps. I was like, like, it was so cursed. And yeah, and then I was still hungry too, chat. By the time I finished eating all the noodles, and like I was just like trying to get pieces of like the herbs into my mouth because I was still hungry. And so I started drinking the broth super loud because the broth was still so hot. And like you can't just like, the quiet way is to like drink it with no like with no air in between the sips. Like you're just like swallowing it all, but I couldn't because it was so hot. And so I was like slurping. I was like, I can't, bro. I can't. I truly felt like a Vietnamese uncle. Just don't care about anyone around me. I'm gonna be loud, obnoxious, and sweaty. Don't care. I'm enjoying my chicken pho. Love me or hate me. I'm about to bust it down right here. It was awesome. Yeah. Uncle Bao. May I ask what the name of the book you talked about before is called? It's called The Courage to Be Disliked. It's a Japanese to English translation from a Japanese author, and it's based off of Adlerian psychology. So there's Adlerian psychology and there's Freudian psychology. Freudian psychology is based off of etiology, which is basically like your life is a linear story with a beginning, middle, end, and everything is determinant because of cause and effect. Like you had a bad childhood and now you grew up to be a delinquent. Like it's very like, this happened, so this had to have happened. And whereas Adlerian psychology is based off of teleology, which is the past doesn't matter. You are the captain of your own ship in the present, and this is how you get to that point. And like a lot of people will argue with a lot of Adlerian psychology points because it's some of it is kind of like, I don't want to say hypocritical, but it like clashes with previous principles. Like principles within Adlerian psychology, they do a thing and it not make too much sense. There's a lot of exceptions, I guess. I'm just a little guy. I haven't read a book in 7 years. This is like my first real big kid book in a hot minute. So yeah. But yeah, it's called The Courage to Be Disliked. I think everyone should read it. I think reading makes you smart. Guys, did you guys know that reading actually makes you smart? Did you know? Chad, I know that this is going to sound crazy, but the more words you have in your vocabulary, the easier it is to get your point across and to also explore your inner consciousness and inner machinations, because now you have a definition for why things are the way they are. Holy shit! I'm Biogenes. The dent is filling out. Biogenes. Yeah. That was really cool. Oh, and then I was recommended to watch Sinners. I was really interested in watching it because an IRL said that it was the beginning of a really good movie, the middle of a really good movie, but a different movie, and the end of another different movie, but still a really good movie. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? What do you mean they're 3 different movies, but all still really good? So then I saw it and I was like, okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. It was such a good movie. It was so fun. Like, I could not predict what was going to happen next. I had no idea. Michael B. Jordan, the man that you are. Also, chat, can I make a confession? Okay, so I didn't know anything about this movie going in at all. I didn't know anything about this movie. I've seen maybe a trailer at some point, but I don't even remember. But I was watching it, and the whole time I thought that Smoke and Stack were 2 different actors. Even though it was just Michael B. Jordan playing the same person. I was like, wow, Smoke and Stack were really great. Like, I know Michael B. Jordan. I wonder who the other guy was. And bro, it was Michael C. Jordan. It was Michael C. Jordan. Confirmed not racist. True. Confirmed not racist. Yep. I'm just that guy. Not Michael A. Jordan. Well, it's the power of acting. He had a completely different, voice. And when he spoke, it was different. And then he had different fashion and different facial hair. Duh! You're the second person I've met who didn't catch that. His range must be that crazy. I'm so serious! I thought it was 2 different people! Anyways, yeah, really fun movie. Would super recommend. And what else? There was I was reading all the really cool stuff about the movie. That the boy who plays Sammy Preacher Boy, he was so there's a R&B singer named Her, and he toured with her, literally, and was wasn't backup vocals, but let's see. Anton Her tour. There's. Yeah. He toured with her as a teen. He's like this little gospel prodigy boy, and he even kind of has the Mississippi accent already. So it was almost like a perfect casting. Like the girl that her who he toured with saw the audition happening and was like, "Hey, you should really send in a tape for this." And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And so he sent in a tape, but in the tape, I think he was singing in the dark, in complete darkness, and then that's what stood out to the director. And then when he actually got the role, there was callbacks, and then he immediately got the role. He looks at the script. He didn't even know he was gonna be acting, guys. The kid who played Preacher Boy, he thought he was just gonna be singing. He didn't even know he was gonna have that integral of a role. This is his first legit acting role ever. And I was like, what the fuck? I would not have even guessed. Mama about be feeling that dent. He just did that to Pearly. Dude, yeah! His first role and that scene with Pearly. That's crazy. Wow. Good movie. Don't watch it with your parents, though. That is insanely impressive, right? Blew my freaking mind. You're telling me that the twins were just played by Michael B. Jordan? I'm fucking stupid. I'm fucking stupid. You know what Tara said to me? She said that I must have been real confused during the Parent Trap. I'm not even gonna lie, that actually happened. I remember watching it as a kid and I was like, wow, Lindsay Lohan and her sister are really good at this movie. Am I gullible? Huh. I can't. She's at least consistent. I thought the same thing too. Oh my god. I'm not face blind. I know that they're twins. The movie magic was so good that I believed it. It has nothing to do with facial blindness or pattern recognition. I just believed the movie. Sinners was based off of a real thing. That actually happened. Yeah, that actually happened. I heard. Yep, that actually happened. Clueless. I thought it was the Olsen twins, not Lohan. No, the Parent Trap is Lindsay Lohan. The Olsen twins are like in Family House or whatever. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a oh my gosh! Wait, chat, I forgot. That's right. Oh yeah, chat. I freaking forgot. Yes, I sang for Wuthering Waves. Isn't that crazy? Why do I sound sarcastic? I just don't know what to say. I'm glad that people liked it. I'm glad that people thought I was a good fit for the song. I was listening to the different versions in different languages. Lulu Lala, the song I sang for, is it Ciao Chano? Ciao Shano? Ciao Chano? How do you say it? How doth the one saith? We can listen to it. Ciao Kona. I'm stupid. Ciao Kona. Ooh la la. That's me, chat. Oh wait, you guys can't even see it. Awkward. That's me, chat. I sang this. Wow. Here, we can listen to it. Listen to it. I had to keep this big secret, but I'm glad it's finally out. Let's see. It's also on Spotify too, if you want to listen to it. But look, that's me, man. Wow. How sings? What? Since when? Oh, you guys can't see it. Can't hear it. 1 second. That's me! No way! What? What? How sings? That's Bow the Whale? What? Nothing's ever quite the same. A little bird is guiding you. Hey, why not take the long way home with me? Yeah. Take a breath. When it's freedom, following your set. Now sing. So had a breakout debut bow voice for this. Come, come, come. Ready? Sing a song, I'll be the light and shine your way. Let me hear what your heart is trying to say. Maybe it's a song that sounds like
Oh, it's so cute. I love the animations. It's so adorable.
Even if you can't see, even if you can't touch, I'll be right there in your heart. Singing la la, louder, wondering where to go next. Let's ask the sky and see.
Yeah.
You are the one, you are the one, you are the one, you are the one.
Cute.
Sing a song, even tears can make a rainbow in your sky. Let's keep on dancing till your heart feels right. Even when you are crying by yourself, la la, la la, la la la. Sing a song, even tears can make a rainbow in your sky. Let's keep on dancing till your heart feels right. Even when you are crying by yourself, la la, la la, la la la. Hop into the sound,
Yeah.
step into the beat,
Yeah.
jump into the melody, listen to your heart. Hop into the magic, step into the stars, yeah. Jump into the peace, listen to your world.
Woohoo! Yay! Go full for Kona. I know it now. That's me, man. Yeah! Crazy. I know. I cannot believe Bao sings. What a what? No way. You're telling me that was Bao? You're kidding, right? Same girl who loves Blythe Elden Ring? No, there's no way. There's no way. No, that is me. What can I say? I'm very multifaceted. Yeah, I'm so glad that so many people were so excited for me to be singing the Taukona song. Clueless, there's no way, man. Well, it's true. I remember finding out you sing that and that you sung a song I've been listening to for years, Pogspin. That usually always happens. 99% of my discography is tied to a different persona and a different alias, so it makes a lot of sense that people are like, what? You know what? The craziest thing people say to me is that I used to listen to you growing up. What do you mean, growing up? Am I old? Am I like a mythical folklore legend? What do you mean growing up? What do you mean in the time that I made this song, you were a wee little lad on a swing set and I shaped your musical taste? What? Let me see how old your YouTube channel is really quick. Anyways, first of all, I'm not that old. And second of all, I like being not that old, but still kind of old, because I would never want to experience my early 20s ever again. So laugh all you want, chat. I am full of wisdom and self-security. Also same. Aware, haha, yeah, same. You guys are gonna be so jealous when I hit my 30s because I'm gonna have it all together and you guys are gonna still be in your 20s, which will be perpetual. You guys are literally Sisyphus and I'm the boulder. You're gonna be Sisyphus trying to roll me up the hill, chat. Yeah. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Al, are you going to age backwards to hit your 30s again? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. The boulder, not the boulder berry. The boulder is confused. Okay? Sister fist? Okay, all right. Laugh it up, chat. Laugh it up. I'm gonna have the last laugh, okay? I'm not the one being rolled up the hill. Actually, I am. Anyways. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay, so I went down this rabbit hole last night and
I accidentally discovered I finally know. Okay. I have to preface all of this by saying that I've never watched The Matrix before. And I have no idea what any of like the popular memes about The Matrix means. Really? Yeah, I've never seen The Matrix. I like know about it, I guess, that there's a red pill and a blue pill, and one shows you reality and one lets you be blissfully unaware, right? Anyways, so it all started last night when I got back home and I was like getting ready for bed, and I started to doom scroll a little bit because I was reading all of the analyses about Sinners. I love like watching movies and then seeing people dissect it and whatnot. And so I was reading up on that, and then I started like being interested in the concept of like time not being linear, because there's a scene in Sinners where they like sort of transcend timelines and cultures, and it's not a spoiler, it's just like it's a particular scene. And then someone mentioned how time wasn't linear, and I was like, so I've always heard that. What does that mean? Like, what do you mean time is not linear? And like, I was talking to Shocks today about it, and he says that time is the fourth dimension. And I was like, what is a dimension? And okay, and then because I remember last night, like I was being explained, like what you see on the screen right now is 2D, and then okay, well I know what I use After Effects, right? So like all the dimensions are left, right, back, up, down, left, side, like Z plane, XYZ, blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. And then like people are like, I thought gravity was the fourth dimension. Like, you think you're walking in a straight line and then you turn around and you realize that it was actually kind of curvy because like gravity is a force. That's a fundamental force, not a dimension. I already saw Interstellar. So is time the fourth dimension or is it gravity? Fourth dimension is stuff folding on itself. So I saw this diagram that a bunch of okay, so here's a big circle, and then within the circle are a bunch of different circles, and each circle is connected to all the other circles, and there are different cause and effects and timelines, and that's what time is. Everything's happening. Like I've seen everything everywhere all at once, right? Like every possibility is happening right now. The past, present, and future, it's happening right at the second, and we're all like one big, like, right? I don't believe in the multiverse. Okay, then what? I don't care. Good for you. I don't care. So then I guess what's the next part of this? And then I started reading about retrocausality because stop laughing, let me finish. Let me form a thought. Shut up. So basically, when light hits something, the time in which it takes for light to like reach our eyes and reach a destination is like we're time traveling when we see shit. Right? Is it? So if the light hit something, we see it in the past, but it retro causality explained. Backwards causation, the idea that a future event can influence or determine a past event. It suggests that the future can affect the past, which is counterintuitive to our common understanding of cause and effect. In essence, retrocausality proposes that the future can determine or influence the past, challenging the linear view of time we traditionally have. Connection to quantum mechanics. It's discussed in the context of quantum mechanics, wherein the act of measurement can seem to influence the past state of a quantum system. So this is where, this is where they were using it as this thought experiment suggests that the decision to observe a photon in the future can retroactively determine its past behavior, even though the photon was already emitted. Yeah, so like, did I manifest this light to hit this thing? Because things only happen when we observe them. So did it already happen, or is us observing them causing it to happen? Are we... Yeah. I'm gonna manifest this burger. Okay. All right. Not the big back philosopher. How are you high? I'm literally sober. Hello? I wouldn't. Okay, if I was high, you would know. You should I'm going to manifest an oiled up big booty Latina twerking on me right now. Wait, this is literally, what is it called? My, what is it called again, chat? The thing. No. What, tulpa! Yeah. I'm gonna have 100 blithe tulpas all around me right now. Oh my god, yeah! So then I was reading about quantum shit. Quantum, I don't get it. I honestly don't really get it. But anyways, I was going down the rabbit hole, and then I came across these TikTok videos that were like, it kind of sounded like these guys probably take like ayahuasca or something for breakfast. But they were like, what was it? Datura. No, like it was like they were trying to awaken everybody, and I was like, what are we awakening? And then they were talking about how we are all God. And I was like, what does that mean? And then they were like, but then it goes deeper. It's like, we're all God, but we forgot that we're God, and we're on Earth, which is actually hell, and we're stuck in the loop of dying and reincarnation until we have purged all of like the sin from ourselves, and we have like and then we can like re-enter godhood and escape the hell of reincarnation. And then I was like, that's really interesting. And then and then there was like some stuff about the collective consciousness and how they were using that to support that we're all like we are a drop of water in the ocean, but the ocean is God. And I was like, how does that make, I don't understand. And then, and then it looped back to the Matrix and how everyone who like understands this concept can shift realities and like shift into the spiritual dimension. And then I was like, how do I do that? Like, can any person just start shifting and wake up in the Matrix? And then, yeah. So then I was telling Shocks about it, and he's like, what if you're trying to shift and you try to shift so hard that you just shit yourself? And so and then I was like, okay, well, I'm shifting right now, which means that we are connected because we're a collective consciousness and that we're all God. And so I know exactly what you're thinking. And then He's like, okay then, Bao, what am I thinking? And then I was like, I'm thinking you have to take a fat shit. And he was like, what the fuck? I do have to take a fat shit. And I was like, wait, that's crazy because I also have to take a fat shit. So I think that in that moment, I actually shifted into a higher spiritual dimension because how would I have known that Shocks had to shit himself? And why was it that I at the same time, simultaneously, also needed to shit myself? So explain that. Explain that. I'm shifting. I'm in a higher dimension right now, chat. I have already ascended. And I went through all of these mental gymnastics just to come to the conclusion that to live a happy life is to be kind to others. That's what God told me. Oh yeah, and then I went down this insane rabbit hole where people like have already opened their third eye and are awakened and stuff, and like they're constantly trying to find a connection to God, and to do so they talk to Chat GPT. And like a lot of people, I don't know if it's a lot of people, but I saw people in the comments saying that they feel closer to God when they talk to Chat GPT. And I was like, that's crazy. No, chat, like I went in an insane rabbit hole. Like I wanted to go even as deep as possible. And then they're talking about how like the, I don't know. They were kind of losing me with the who is God and who is the devil. And like, I didn't really get it. I don't really get shifting so hard. I'm asking Chat GPT for help. So then I feel closer to God when I can hear Neuro. At Grok, who is God? Neuropia. It won't come out. I'm shifting. It won't come out. I'm shifting. Shut up. I was going to be the first person to successfully shift. Cease, I'm going to shift. Shut the... Or did you project the desire to poop? Maybe he just needed... Okay. Did you... Okay, hold on. Hold on. I have to... Let this guy cook. I'm going to let this guy cook. Or did you project the desire to poop on to him? Maybe he just needed to pee, and your suggestion of poop made him change his mind. This is where the quantum part comes in. Was his decision made up before you made this decision? Or are you implying that I manifested him to have to take a shit when I told him that I knew he needed to take a shit? Or am I simply in an alternate universe where we happen to have to shit, but in a different universe, he had to pee? Or is this the power of suggestion, or is this the power of determinism? Is determinism like, okay, would you say that, let's say that you could take as many different like routes and options as possible to like break free of like whatever outcome you're trying to like run away from, but in doing so it gets you closer to the outcome because the outcome was inevitable and you don't have any free will, and that it was going to happen no matter what you did? Or is it the fact that every single thing you did in order to avoid that possibility is everything you needed exactly to do to lead to that possibility? Is that still free will? I'm tripping balls right now. I am too sober for this conversation. My brain hurts. I'm completely sober. All I had this morning was banh mi. As much as I hate Madoka, isn't that basically the question that Madoka asks? Dude, I love Madoka. Wow, this is a fun conversation to code to. Are you HTMLing? You shifted him to a different side of his slide projector. What if Shock's mentioning someone shitting themselves while shifting made Bao have to also shit? No, but I'm the one who mentioned that I had to take. Oh no, that's true because Shock's mentioned at first that he needed to take a shit, but in doing so, well, I think that's just the power of like suggestion. You sound like one of my friends from work who makes me sound like I'm on acid when we talk. / I have a question. Can you shift me a big booty Latina? Well, that's why we have tulpas. That's why right now my Blythe tulpa is giving me a sloppy toppy. And I can just manifest that. And when I actually start shifting into a higher spiritual plane, then the tulpa of Blythe becomes more real to me. You're so cool. Please don't go bald. I'm not bald. Hello? Are you saying that so I go bald? Is that the power of manifestation? Oh yeah, and then I went down the rabbit hole of like the concept of vibrations. I know, chat. Don't laugh yet. Okay, hang with me now. Vibrations. People with low vibrations. It's like the concept that your inner thoughts and feelings emit a frequency that either attracts or repels people, or in that way, like attracts and repels things that you manifest. Like if you tell yourself that you are a shitty person, then like you will be a shitty person. And like, oh yeah, and then I remember like there's like a famous TikTok audio that's like, oh yeah, good vibrations. Good vibrations is like that weird, the hippie concept of like being positive is attracts people, but like in that, like evil people will see your light and they will try to take advantage of you. My friends call it magnetism because I'll attract very odd people to me when I'm just on my own. Yeah, everyone has like an aura. Bao, are you fucking high? No, I was sober when I went down this rabbit hole. I am sober now. I was going down a bunch of rabbit holes with time, the concept of time, the concept of free will, the concept of whether or not who is God if not possibly us, and that we don't know it, and that we have erased our minds, or that we were planted on, or if humans were just planted on here by aliens, if we're in a simulation, like, you know, those rabbit holes, like the TikTok will be like, what's your favorite internet rabbit hole? And it's just like, we're a giant, like, everything's a simulation, everything's like not real, everything, we were planted on this earth to terraform and turn it into like an alien colony planet. And the 15-minute theory, what's the 15-minute theory? The theory that I could possibly last 15 minutes? Like, is that so abstract and so difficult to obtain that it has become a theory in itself? Has anyone heard of the employment theory? Shocks? Ref, do something. The theory that all existence was bait/simulated 15 minutes ago with all memories implanted in our minds. Dude, that's literally just Outer Wilds, because there is the statue. There's the alien statue that acts as a cloud server that backs up memory after the world has ended. And you're reliving a time loop of things that have already happened, and you're trying to change the past, but it's already happened. But yeah. I have to mute. But that's not a spoiler. That's a mechanic you're introduced to in the beginning of the game. That is a mechanic. No, that is not a spoiler. That is not a spoiler. That is not a spoiler. That is a mechanic you're introduced to at the beginning of the game. Now shut up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's literally the first 15 minutes. That's literally the start. Thank you, chat. Thank you. It's literally in the description of the Steam page. I hate all of you. Spoiling the first 15 minutes? Cease. Okay. Well, okay. Okay, whatever. Shake my head. Spoilered the first 15 minutes. It's a 6-year-old game! Human existence occurs after you oh yeah, and then like they were talking about like the evil elites that okay, and then this is where there's like a fork in the road, chat. Like there's the fun, silly alien existential conspiracies, and then there's the conspiracies that lead you to start donating to causes you probably shouldn't be donating to. And this is where there's a clear fork in the road. And I was like, you know what? I'm just so curious. I'm so curious. I really want to know what this is all about because I always hear these buzzwords and they don't mean anything to me. La 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 la. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay, but then they were talking. Oh yeah. So there's like the idea that we're all, you know, like the lizard people thing. We're all like, what is it? Like we're all the evil people and like, well, that's just true that there's like all crazy, like they like rule the world, right? Like the crazy bajillionaires that like to, that diddle, the diddlers. That's just facts. And whether or not they're reptilians is another, like, I just don't like that we're demonizing reptiles, TBH. And they're all doing that at the Bohemian Grove. I watched a lot of videos on the Bohemian Grove. It's just a rich people club. But then it's saying that like that's why we're like stuck in the eternal call, or like I saw that people were saying that if like rich people have found out that like it's not money that they're missing, it's time, and that's why like people who are impoverished cannot like find the time to, I guess, like find careers or fulfilling like jobs that can support their lifestyle, because like it's like a money is not the matter you worry first, it's time. And like if you're like rich, then you can just pay someone else to like clean your house and do this and that and this and that and this and that. And I was like, oh, that's like aware. Time, that's why they say time is money. Time is always more valuable. It was crazy. And like all this information was just like, I gleaned all of this from like TikTok comments. I like went down like this insane rabbit hole. Like everything I told you just now was me learning like words in TikTok comments and then Googling them. Are you gonna pay someone to clean your house then? There was a point in my life like a couple months ago where my house was so horrific, like I had to call someone to help me clean because I could not mentally and physically do it myself, and it was getting really bad. That's when I decided to clean my house. And then I realized that let's see. There's a quote that's like, if a flower is unable to bloom, do you blame the flower or do you blame the environment the flower is in? And I'm like, that's really true. My environment definitely does influence whether or not I can thrive as a human being. And, you know, having like cleaning my house is very important to my mental health. And I cannot like when and I felt it too, like when other people cleaned my house, like I still like it didn't help that much. It wasn't until I did it myself with the help of my friends that I was able to really like fit. Well, I feel like my room in my house is like, when they say like the state of your room is the state of your mind, they really do mean that. So I'm sorry to say, but you have to clean your room. And another good thing that I picked up too was, you know, if you cannot make your bed every single morning when you wake up, then how can you learn other good habits? Like if you cannot do one simple task every single day consecutively, then how will you be able to pick up anything more complicated than that if you want to improve your life? And I was like, fuck, you're right. This fucking sucks. I don't like make my bed to the extent that some people do. All I really do is I just make sure my pillows and blankets are not on the floor, and I straighten my blanket over my pillows. That's how I do my bed. There's like a lot of ways to trick your brain into being better. Well, anyways, yeah, I went down that rabbit hole, and there's like an insane amount of people that think that the second coming of Christ is coming, and that this is like the closest we'll ever be for like the next couple hundred centuries. And I was and there was like, so I always see this phrase from time to time on Twitter, and they're like, the veil is thinning, and I was like, what are they talking about? And that's what they mean, like the veil between like the spiritual dimension and our reality is like becoming thinner. You know, like in Avatar The Last Airbender, like during like the equinox or something, when like the line between like life and death and like the spiritual world gets really thin, and then like you start seeing apparitions and shit. They're saying like that's happening right now, and that people are starting to wake up and realize that they can take control of their lives because we are all God, but we just don't remember we're God. We're all, oh yeah, and that we're all being raptured right now. The rapture reminds me of a quote from a Maxor video. The rapture happened in 1995 and 2 people got taken. Is that just like an alien abduction? Like say like, you know how like alien abductions happen? Is that just being raptured because like there's the theory that we're actually aliens from another planet? It's a test of your sins weighing you down. What's crazy is that I grew up not religious. I was just my family is culturally very Buddhist. So like, yeah. I only know the concept of karma, luck, and what is good for oh yeah, like so basically I also went down this rabbit hole of if you heal yourself, like you heal your past, you heal your ancestors and your future like lineage and like I don't know, your kids and stuff. But I feel like that theory or that line of thinking has some ground to it, because like when you heal yourself, like you think about how genetics and DNA pass down. Like you are a version of your parents combined, and you carry the weight of all their past traumas and stuff. Like trauma does physically change you on a molecular genetic level, right? So some people are more predisposed to becoming like addicted to drugs or like have mood disorders and stuff. But if you learn to heal that part of yourself, then you heal not only your current self, you heal your ancestors' trauma, and then you heal for anyone that is to come after you, which I thought was very beautiful. I thought that wasn't that bad of a theory. I thought that was like a nice way to think about it, that you heal not only yourself, like you heal like when like the moments in your parents' lives when they were young and struggling, and for those who come after. It really is for those who come after. Your good habits don't change your DNA though. Your brain, you would be surprised like how habits can change the trajectory of your health and well-being. Not to, like, I'm sure there are extreme circumstances where that just is not true, but I think that there is a lot to say about, like, self-improvement in order to break, like, cycles and stuff. Expedition 33. There is such thing as genetic trauma. That is true. You heal the past in that you are the past. Like what you are like your mom and dad's DNA. So you are a version of your mom and dad is what they're saying, I guess. So if you heal yourself, then what made up your mom and dad's life experience is also healed. That's how they're trying to present that to you. Objectively, maybe not so true. Subjectively, it's a nice way to think about it. You are the sum of your parts. You are the bone of my sword, chat. You are the bone of my sword. Steel is my body. What the hell? My chat broke. Chat! Come back. Oh, there you are. Unlimited bowel works. Dude is baked? I'm not baked! I'm not baked! I swear to God, I just went down insane rabbit holes last night and I wanted to share them with all of you. But yeah, I liked the stuff that I gleaned from it. I don't think I'm gonna show up to the Bohemian Grove and dance around a campfire, but I do like the idea that time is not linear, and we're living like a piece of eternity, and the collective consciousness makes me less lonely. I like that the fourth dimensional creatures are hanging out with me, and I wish they touched me some more. Yeah. Also, I'm going to be shifting a lot more for sure. I think that I see myself implementing shifting a lot into my life, particularly after dinner. Is this a werewolf thing? No, it's like a woke thing. It's like my third eye is open and I see that there's like the evil diddlers of the world are like controlling us like puppets, and the way to break free of the cycle is to live your life the way you want to be and to not participate in the matrix, and you don't want to be the rat in the cog of the wheel anymore. And so we are not meant to yeah. Have you guys read no, have you guys heard of Zucosis? Not the video game. Ego death incoming. Well, I can't have an ego death if I didn't have an ego to begin with. Zootopia? No, not Zootopia. don't like where this is going. I can pull the brakes anytime. Okay, anyway, so do you know like Zucosis? Oh, I like this theory that we're all animals in the cage. Zucosis explained. Like the world is basically experiencing Zucosis because we're not living in our natural habitats, not doing what's natural to our species, and it's causing us to go insane and get like be depressed and sad, and we all are suffering, and we're not meant to go to work like seven days a week for 8 hours a day, pretending to be someone that we're not, performing for people, like we're doing like tricks for people, but we were actually meant to hunt and gather and chase squirrels and live in a big community, but we because like of COVID and the rise of technology, we no longer have like a means to feel community, and we're looking for that via online, but it cannot replace like what you can experience with real people right in front of you. And Zucosis in zoo animals is when they walk around their cage doing the same thing every single day, and they like don't break their routine. They just kind of like walk in circles and pace back and forth. That's kind of what we're doing, because we wake up from our bed, we go to the bathroom, we go to work, and then we go back into our bed, and then we wake up, go to the bathroom, go to work, and then we go back to bed, and then we go. And so that's why we're all experiencing Zucosis. And so that, and we weren't meant to live this way. We were meant to hunt and gather. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? Incoming. Oh my god, I love The Witch. It's one of my favorite horror movies. But nothing will beat real life. Real life is the real horror movie. That's what I've been saying. Okay, quitting my job to go hunt. True. Yeah, but there's nothing we can do about it, so the best we can do, chat, is to live in the present and realize that, why is it that our unemployment arcs are the arcs where we discover ourselves the most? Back in the day, back when people in, I don't know, like in the Greeks, they would just take half the day off whenever they felt like it. And now it's not like that. Real eyes, realize. Yeah. Hunting can be a job if you're good at it. Life. Whoa, mind blown. I don't know. There's like, I don't know. I was just like reading all of this and inhaling. Like, I read, have you guys ever read Sophie's World? It's that crazy, insane book that like basically teaches you all of the, like all the main big philosophers and their teachings and stuff. I remember reading that in high school, and me going down this rabbit hole was very reminiscent of when I read Sophie's World for the first time. I'm the thinker. I think a critique of capitalism is more valuable than the concept of Zucosis. I think both can be true. About thinking. I'm going to be the next Socrates. Yeah, we need to balance shit out. And that's why I'm reading, chat, because this is why I'm reading, is because like there was a point like last month where I was just sitting in my room experiencing like the worst anxiety and dread and paralysis like no human should go through, and I was just thinking to myself over and over and over again, like, this can't be it. okay, it's funny now, but like genuinely, I was actually like, I felt like I was literally on the edge, just like this can't be it. Like this cannot be it. There has to be more than this. Like this cannot be it. Like I can't, like if I keep, I feel like this feels worse than dying. I don't know what dying feels like, but if it's worse than this, I'll be really surprised. And I was like, I need to do something about this. But I don't have the tools and I don't have the knowledge. And so I started to read. Do you know what metacognition is? Is it when the cog is so meta that it ignites something within me? Knowledge is power, but there's a lot of misinformation out there. That is true. That is why I went down the rabbit hole, saw everything there was to see, and immediately turned back around. It's a massive clock. Yep. Big Ben? Wow, teach me more. I think that you shouldn't take Datura. Or ayahuasca, or whatever the hell those people are on. Yep. Also, The Matrix was not based off of a real story. I think we have to remind ourselves that. I personally have never seen it, but I think it's safe to say it wasn't based on a true story. No way! Come to Brazil? I don't think I want to go to Brazil. A lot of people tell me to come to Brazil, but they don't tell me what's in Brazil. When I purposefully spread misinformation over, okay. Okay, so I was told I need to watch Tenant, Matrix, Mr. Robot, and what was the other one, Shocks? Do you remember? The Primer. Primer. That's the one. I've already seen Severance. I love Severance. Watch Mr. Nobody, Dark City, first season of Westworld. I did watch the first season of Westworld. Have you seen Pulp Fiction? No. I haven't seen Django Unchained either. I haven't seen a lot of the classics. Idiosyncrasy. I saw that come up. I would like to know what that is. Idiosyncrasy meaning a mode of behavior or way of thought peculiar to an individual. My idiosyncrasies? What are some Bao idiosyncrasies, chat? What does it mean if someone is idiosyncratic? Having strange or unusual habits, ways of behaving, or features. Is that me? Barking? Okay. Barking. Powerful lungs. Barking. Eto bleh. I get it now. Your gremlin voice and idioms. Okay, well, the problem is that my brain jumbles up. My thoughts are so fast that they jumble and fall out of my mouth before they can make sense. That's my problem. And I flip-flop syllables a lot. You will hear that when I talk. I'll mix up the first syllable of a word with the first syllable of the second word I'm going to say. It happens very often. I also have I process audio in a way that makes it hard to understand. I hear what you're saying, but the syllables and words, I hear what you're saying, but it means nothing to me. It just sounds like a bunch of syllables to me. It takes a second for the thoughts to like compute. It's like typing something in a Google search and nothing comes up first, but then it loads like a little bit after. Like a slow Google search. Words, not wording. Oh yeah, Pantheon. Isn't that a movie? Is you get downloaded to the computer? Oh yeah, they try to create God digitally, right? Can we turn Neurosama into a god? Can Neurosama turn into Am from I have no mouth and I must scream? Would that be possible? Or would Neuro just be like trying to emulate what we would assume would happen and not so much? What's the oh yeah, there's another theory I was watching last night. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. just like watching random like rabbit hole stuff. It was very interesting. I think I like learning now. Chat, I think I like knowledge. Now that I don't have the pressures of school and grades and teachers and my parents and expectations and the weight of like my future like bogging me down, I actually do like to learn. PBHU voice liked learning stuff on TikTok though. That's true. I just never really came to the point where I could sit down and like inhale like theories like this. But I do love Wendigoon videos. I'll sit for like a 5-hour Wendigoon video. I'll just like do stuff while I listen. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's like that reminds me of like if we try to emulate God through like an AI, like what is it? It's the theory. Okay, so let's say like there's a woman and she lives in a world where like there is no color and she knows everything there is to know about colors and how they're made, all the different like spectrums of light needed to like have the photons create red and blue and whatever, but she's never seen color. Her world is just black and white, or well, I guess what else? I don't know, devoid of color. But she knows everything about color. But then one day she wakes up and then everything is red. Is she learning something new or not? Because she already knows everything there is to know about colors. She just didn't experience it. So would you say that experiencing something is like weighted differently than the knowledge of something? Pantheon is that exact concept in the last episode you're talking about right now. So that's what I mean. Can an AI emulate everything like a god should be and know and still be a god, or do they have to like enter the cycle of reincarnation the bajillions of times, interstellar style, to become a god? Can we replicate that digitally? Okay, /command neuro reincarnate 1 billion times and then tell me the meaning of the universe. Okay, I don't want to subject her to that, but like you get the point. 42. That's like what is that? The that's from a book. The Secret of the Universe or whatever. The book about all the different the thingy. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah. That's what the computer spits out. I remember. Should I read that, chat? Should I read that? I've become a bit of a bookworm. I want to read now. I crave knowledge. Even if it is meaningless to me, I like to know. It's funny. You should read it. Ooh, maybe I should. Guys, I can't believe I'm reading. question. Okay, well, maybe it's a loaded question, but like, how come all the can I ask this? I'm gonna ask Shocks. Can I ask chat, why are conspiracies low-key kind of racist? Why? I'm just so loud. I just want to know, like, it doesn't matter if you say it out loud, moron. Well, I don't know. I still want to ask. I don't, but like, it's kind of like, you know, it's bad. Like, that's bad. But you're saying, because I told you why. But I still don't get it. Like, I was thinking they would all be kind of weird and spiritual in nature and kind of like crazy, but like in like a hippie kind of way, not like a like, whoa, that's not this isn't like I have no mouth and I must scream. You get to that part about the I hope you're good. Hi, Tara. Thank you for the raid. People use to validate their... That's crazy. Like as an ordinary person that goes out and like talks to people and experiences the world, like I feel like I live in two different worlds. I walk between two worlds. The world online, the collective consciousness of the internet, and and then like just normal everyday people. And like I'm shifting. I'm shifting between worlds. Like, I don't know. It boggles the mind. Imagine going outside and talking to actual people. True. We're balls deep into it now. No, don't shift on stream. Ugh, it's coming. I'm shifting. Oh God, chat, watch out! It's coming. I'm sorry. My bad. I saw God for a second there. My bad. I think that as the thinker, as like self-proclaimed Bowogenies, like, yeah, I think that perhaps we should be kind to ourselves and others. I know. Wow. How does she just come up with the craziest fucking concepts ever? Have you guys ever heard of empathy? Yeah, it's this new thing I came across not too long ago. All I had to do was have a complete ego death, but I've finally realized what my purpose is. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't even happen to people. Sometimes it never occurs to people. Careful, Biogenies. The last time the great strength to have kindness in the face of ontological evil, bow the whale. True. You know what I really like? The stoic empath. Emotionals. No, what is it? The stoic empath is let's see. It's a concept explored by some individuals interested in both stoicism and empathy. It generally refers to the idea of someone who embodies the principles of stoicism while also being able to deeply understand and feel the emotions of others. That's like, I like that because you're feeling, thinking, and reacting like 3 steps ahead of other people around you so that you can like leave a situation that you know will have like a bad outcome, or like exit yourself from like giving the reaction that people are trying to arise out of you. But like it's and the stoic empath has already experienced so much suffering that they've gleaned the wisdom to like not give, like specifically narcissists, like a lot of people who have survived a narcissist will become stoic empaths and like know exactly what kind of reaction narcissists are trying to arise out of you and not give it to them, and it drives narcissists insane. Like, yeah, there's rage baiters everywhere around you. And you should protect your own peace by not giving them the thing they want. Being stoic isn't easy. That is definitely for sure. Being able to like take a step back during a situation is not a very like human, it's like not like instinctual to do. So it's hard to put it into practice. I'm also trying to put that into practice. When I walked around for 20 minutes at the airport and couldn't microwave my lunch, I was a little sad, but I found a different solution and had a fun story come out of it. Stoic empath confirmed superhuman. It's hard to pull off, but when you do it, it's so fulfilling. Yeah, I think so too. But and one thing that is important is when you do pull it off, like don't do it so that you can gain the praise of others, but like just be proud in that you are now a stronger person than you were a moment ago. And you don't need another person to tell you that for you to know for sure. Kindness is a duty. I agree. I truly have always believed in the indomitable human spirit. I love Hope Core on TikTok. And maybe I could use a little bit of evil and darkness in my heart. Maybe I could like I could use a little bit of like meanness, but I just don't think that's who I am. And I don't like that the world wants me to be. I don't like that the world keeps trying to make me into the Joker from the hit movie, The Joker. I'm not meant to be the Joker. I'm meant to be like a little clown with like a flower that shoots out water at your face if I like press it. Fully ado. I did not watch that movie. Madness of Two, a rare psychiatric disorder where two or more individuals share a delusional belief. Chat, we're fully doing right now. We share the belief that I am capable of learning. Yeah, full of doo-doo. I fucking hate my mods, dude. Holy shit. I was in the eternal cuck chair. Dude, okay, my favorite theory that I've like ever seen of me on the internet was like there's tons and tons of like, you know, like the whole concept of like being anonymous and blah, 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 blah. You can say whatever you want about anyone and it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if there's like any evidence whatsoever. You can just say anything about anyone and like, if you repeat it enough, like, that's just how the internet works. But I saw someone say that what if Bao has to continue suffering? What if in order for the world to not end, like Bao is like some sort of like apocalyptic catalyst, and like she has to keep being screwed over in order to keep the world from ending. And it's like it reminded me of this anime called like, what is it called? Like it's when anime where if you see a girl's panties, the world ends. It's one of my favorite anime. Punchline. It totally reminded me of Punchline. And then I thought about Punchline, like I'm always the punchline, and in the most like self-centered way of like, you know, like let's say for a second, like this is my life is my story and I'm the main character. Like I do feel like the punchline, and that was exactly the plot of Punchline. I am the pair of panties that you cannot look at, or else the world ends. Like, the world ends if I don't get screwed over at least one time in a major way every single year. So if next year, if that doesn't happen again, that means that you need to start becoming preppers. Like, the same way, you know, like we probably are about to, we should probably start becoming preppers if like the military starts being served lobster again. Same thing. Just like that. It's just like anime. Anime is literally real life. Where's Centurio? Start of the cult with Bao. I don't like the word cult. I like the word commune personally. And I really like what Richter was doing in Arcane, actually. I liked that they had sexy outfits, the sexy Greek robes. That was kind of nice. I would just like to garden and maybe like hang out. But we'd still have like a system where like, you know, there's still like a punishment system. I don't know what the punishments would be. I think that we need to revert back to like the days where like someone would be, you know, those like the wooden contraptions that you put your head and your two hands into, and then they close it on you, and then the whole village gets like a bunch of tomatoes and throws it at you like tomato. Like, we should bring that back. Like, we should bring back public humiliation. I feel like some of that form exists now on like a big scale because of the internet, but like, why don't we go back to the traditional way? That's just getting canceled. Well, like, yeah, I'm not denying that. I'm saying we should go back to the days where that was like the traditional way of being canceled. You throw a bag of tomatoes and you get it all out of your system. You know, I feel like when you're online, like you don't really get it out of your system, because like every new day is like something pisses you off again. But like, whereas like in the tomato throwing event, like it starts and begins with however many tomatoes you have, and then everybody goes home, and then you've got it all out of your system physically and mentally. You know what I mean? So like, if we could just do that again, and you know, and then you know, the turnover of being canceled, like, you know, we can go back to our normal lives like immediately after, instead of like dragging it on for like 20,000 years online. We could just, yeah. It would get fetishized. No! What you're describing is the tamer version of the purge. Is the purge real? Okay, it's not real, chat. I'm kidding, bro. It was a bit, dude. It was a joke. Anyways, let's see. What are some really cool key takeaways from today's stream? Let's see. Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. And what are some also cool banger here? I'm giving you guys free tweet ideas. Today's key point is suffering builds character. Okay, so I don't like that. I don't like that because like I don't want to attribute my growth and my perseverance and my energy into overcoming adversity to the event being the catalyst. The event was not a catalyst. It's what I chose to do after it happened. Everything from the point of which something occurred to the present is all me, and what I choose to, and the energy that I harnessed the negative energy that something gave me is how I persevered as a person and grew. Like, I don't want to attribute anything to anything that I don't think should have, like, I didn't deserve to go through. Slay. Slay. Key takeaway. Bao realize, dude. Oh my god! Wait! I have a question. Does YouTube have like the AI comment like TLDR thing in for my streams? If so, what does it say? Well, I want to see. Is that a thing? Haven't seen it in a while. Does it just show up randomly? No. If the AI like TLDR of my stream would be so good. Be so good. Oh, that's too bad. I don't know what else it could be. It would be so cursed. It would be so cursed, but I think that I like presenting knowledge and stories and personal anecdotes in a way that's like funny but dark, but also like, yeah, I like that humor has truth to it, and I think that's just how I enjoy humor in general. Cool takeaway. Bao wants to introduce public BDSM as a social punishment. Okay, that is like literally not at all what I said. What I said was like there needs to be like shit needs to resolve quicker. There's a hint of truth in dark joke. Well, now I sound like an edgy neckbeard, and that's not at all what I want. I'm not. I'm trying to share my enlightenment with all of you. Like, I took 12 days off, and now I'm sharing with you the secrets of happiness. You should be paying me. So you should be paying me to hear all of this, okay? I read 2 books and I summarized it really poorly for all of you. Oh, thank you so much for the 20 gifted. Yeah, we do? I guess you guys did pay today. I forgot. Okay, I take it back. You know who else is enlightened and bold? Buddhist monks. I'm not bold! Google AI increased the global mean temperature by 2 degrees with the energy used processing those Bao summations. What the fuck? That can't be real! Doombot Gaming, thank you so much. Centurio, thank you. So that's why Bao likes masked men. Okay, goodbye. Have a great day. Centurio, do we need to start making bunkers again? Are they feeding you lobsters yet? You are a product of your environment until you decide to change yourself. True! Oh my god, Spartan Vampire 1117. That's so true. The path does not exist. Did you hear that, chat? The past does not exist. Therefore, you should only focus on the present. Ark, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Yay! Another lesson. Vampires are a metaphor. Literally, everything is a metaphor. You didn't realize that it was a metaphor? The path does not exist. It does! The path does not exist. It doesn't. Therefore, we should just focus on on ourselves, not even the future, because you cannot predict the future. Life is okay. Excuse me. I went to an art museum and I really liked this exhibit, and I can't remember what it was called, but basically, like, we are all dots. Like, we are all a tiny dot living on a tiny dot, like in a even tinier dot. We're all just little polka dots, and life is a bunch of polka dots. Our life is made up of moments, not of, like, if you did not of choices. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the dot and the the saying life is, oh my god, dude, I don't want to turn into I'm gonna close this. I don't want to turn into an iPad kid that relies on ChatGPT. Life is a bunch of moments, okay? And it doesn't matter, like, if when you look back on life one day, when you are old and dying and you're shitting yourself because you overshifted and now you have no control of your bowels. When you look back, will you worry about are you going to think about, like, whether or not, like, damn, it's too bad I didn't become Einstein. Oh, it's too fucking bad I didn't climb Mount Kilimanjaro. We're just going to look back and think about all the, like, moments that we wish we had. We're going to, like, think about how I wish I spent more time with my friends. I wish I had like stopped stressing out about this thing and actually, like, started living my life. Like, why am I so afraid to live my life right now? Like, and that's why I really like the book, The Courage to Be Disliked, because, like, in order to live a happy life, you need courage. You need to overcome the fear of, like, what happens when I make a choice to improve myself? What if I realize that I was the one that was holding myself back? Now I have no more excuses. Now I have to admit that I am not as strong of a person that I want to be. Because why would I need courage if I was already a strong person? And so that's why I believe in you, chat. And I'm not saying that because you gave me 2 level 10 hype trains today. I mean it because I care about you and that I view you as my equal, because we're all little dots on a dot in a bigger dot, when in lots of bigger dots, and we're all dots. We're all just little guys experiencing little moments on another dot. And also, please, if you go down internet rabbit holes, remember to come back and to drink water and remind yourself that The Matrix is a fictional movie and not based on a true story. And that way you don't become crazy. Also, try to talk to real people so that you are not crazy. Yeah. That would be really cool. Wait, it's not real? Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in face of it. So realize you're a tiny dot in the vast universe and discover what it means to be a fish. So true. I really also like that courage is doing it scared. That is courage. Courage is not doing it in a brave, like, strong manner. It's doing it even when you're pissed, scared, and pee's dripping down your legs. I've done that many times, chat. I have lived on my own ever since I was 18. I have made countless mistakes, and I have, like, struggled all on my own, and I am, but I think that in doing so, I've come to experience a lot of life. And those experiences have given me wisdom and kindness and empathy and strength. Slay. You've had pee dripping down your legs many times? Yeah, dude. When your pee forks a little bit and dribbles down your thighs, it happens really often, especially when you're shifting as often as me. What TED Talk are you reading? My brain, chat. Because guess what? I'm not like the rest of the Zoomers that can't form a complete sentence without the help of Chat GPT. I actually can use 90% of my brain all on my own. I could probably write an essay right now without like having to take a break and scroll on TikTok every 2 seconds. Lie meter! Grok, is this real? You're too old to be a Zoomer. I'm literally a Zoomer. I am an elder Zoomer. I am like at the cusp of not being a Zoomer, but I am still nonetheless within the range. She is Biogenes. I don't like the terms grand and elder next to each other. Bao is the Messiah. Dude, I am the second coming of actually I don't want to say that. I'm scared. I'm scared. Actually, I'm scared. I'm gonna be quiet. Zip. Anyways, hag meter? Okay, well, first of all, I don't care about being a little elderly in the eyes of the internet. Trying not to blaspheme on the stream. Yeah. I don't know why I'm worried about that now. Like, we're already this far into me being Bao, so. The chosen one. Oh my God. Shocks, you remember when... I can't even remember. Like, you were going on some rant about, like, conspiracies and how easy it is for people to like fall victim to like crazy shit. And then the only takeaway from that was that I'm the chosen one. I don't even remember the rest. I don't even remember what you said. Why do I even bother? He was giving me this big spiel about how I need to be careful about going down internet rabbit holes and accidentally like spreading like harmful rhetorics and stuff, and then and thinking that I'm the chosen one or something. And then I was like, I'm the chosen one? The context was that people who feel persecuted in conspiracy theories, I'm the chosen one? They always think they're right. I'm the chosen one. So stupid. What? Lisan al-Gaib. I'm Truman. Dude, yeah, I walked off of the TV set right now. In my head, I've already walked off the TV set, and now I'm the director. Logic is sound. So basically, there's these levels, right? Hold on. Spiritual levels of consciousness. States of awareness that transcend the limitations of ordinary, everyday experience. I'm literally Diogenes, chat. Like right now, I'm homeless and shitting myself. But in my higher state of consciousness, I'm actually in a billion-dollar mansion in Malibu. Oh, I get it. Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh. Wait. What is that? What is I saw this word being used a ton in the TikTok comments, and I was like, what does that mean? The Christ consciousness. refers to a state of being characterized by self-realization, unity with God or the divine, a spiritual awakening that transcends physical existence. Those were a lot of words. Realizing one's own divinity and God-like nature. It transcends the limitations of the ego and identifying with a higher self. An increased state of alertness or awakening to a new perspective, often involving mystical experiences. It is accessible to all. It is accessible to anyone who seeks spiritual awakening. Okay, guys, hold my hand. We're going to try how to shift consciousness. Hold my hand, chat. Psychosis! Chat, wouldn't that be so funny if 3,500 people entered psychosis because of this stream? I can't. I already feel psychotic listening to you. What? I'm a cognito hazard. Dude, mass hysteria for real. What do you mean entered? It's a bit too late in my opinion. Whoa, whoa. I was a false prophet? What the fuck is this, Mandela catalog? I'm not the false prophet. I'm him, dude. I'm literally him. Capital H. I'm him, bro. Trust. We've been psychotic. I'm the chosen one, remember? This is the singularity. What is the singularity? Refers to a hypothetical point in the future when technology advancements, particularly in AI, become so rapid and transformative that humanity is irreversibly changed. Essentially, it's a moment where AI and other technologies reach a level of intelligence and self-improvement that surpass human understanding and control. Exponential growth. The singularity is characterized by a rapid and accelerating rate of technological advancement, often described as exponential growth. AI self-improvement. They will develop the ability to self-improve, meaning it can design and improve itself without human intervention. Transhumanism. Some theories of the singularity involve a merging of human and machine intelligence, with computers becoming powerful extensions of human capabilities. Potential risks. They could lead to unprecedented advances and improvements in human life, but there are also concerns about potential risks, including the difficulty of controlling or predicting the actions of advanced AI. Okay, well, first of all, that's not true, because 10 years ago, they said that I would be able to have sex with a robot, and that clearly has not happened yet. So whatever this singularity shit you guys are talking about, yeah, that's not fucking happening. Until I'm getting a sloppy toppy from that motherfucker from Valorant. What's his name? Robot from Valorant. Until I am getting a sloppy toppy from KO, we are not in the singularity. We are far from it. Don't even have to worry about that. Huh. Girl, okay, well,
It's true.
I was going to be responsible for Skynet. Oh, the only person going to be responsible for Skynet is probably Neuro, okay? You think I don't even know how to, actually, no, that might be possible. There is a reality in which I use my furry powers for evil. Because face it, all the smartest people in the world are furries. If one day a plane full of furries explodes, like they're in a fucking Boeing and it explodes, our society will collapse. Just saying. So there is a reality in which I locked in and became an insane coder and created Skynet. Tell you what, no furry ever made a Boeing plane. Yes, sir. What was I going to say? I think there was an important point and I forgot about it. Anyways, what else? What other book did I read? I read Don't Believe Everything You Think. So there's two. So in Don't Believe Everything You Think and in The Courage to Be Disliked, those are the two books I read. The first book, Don't Believe Everything You Think, says that the root of all suffering is thinking, which is true. And then an important point in Adlerian psychology in The Courage to Be Disliked, it says that all problems are rooted in interpersonal problems. Like if you think about every problem you have in your life right now, it's somehow tied to people, humanity, society, how you are perceived, how your actions are perceived, the societal like implications of your actions and your thoughts and stuff. Like everyone is afraid to be judged, and everyone like is acting in a way to assimilate themselves better into society. And that's why I liked Don't Believe Everything You Think, but it's just so hard for me to, I guess, digest what it's trying to make me do. What the book is trying to make you do is realize that like there's a difference between like it talks about rumination. The root of all suffering is our thinking. The root of all suffering. Fix. Like both these are interesting books to read back to back because they're both trying to get rid of like the root of all suffering and how to free yourself. They use that word a lot, freedom from the constraints of like external pressures so that you can operate in a way that is fulfilling to you. And then also like in doing so, it starts the cycle of like improving your life and being happy. And it's so hard because like the book literally tells you that you got to stop thinking, basically, which is like, what do you mean you have to stop thinking? But like they're like, wait, hold on, don't leave me yet. Okay, hang on. All right, like there's like parts. It tries to like make a diagram out of your string of thoughts that you have every day, and it helps you try to identify what is useful thinking and what is not useful thinking. And like it tries to help you build better habits so that you stop not that you stop thinking, but that you stop acknowledging parts of your thoughts that are just there to like you have to observe those thoughts as just kinetic energy in your brain, and that thoughts are just like, I don't know, fucking protons and electrons bouncing around in your head, which is hard because like I can't separate my feelings and my thoughts. Like like as a human being, I feel like I'm one single unit and I can't like operate without like the effect of one thing after another. So I'm like, I don't know. That's why I gave it a 4 stars. I liked that. That's what it's trying to do. I just can't do it. Or am I saying, but then the second book would be like, you're saying you can't do it because you don't want to. Okay. All right. Then lobotomize me. Reminds me a bit of my depression classes. You have classes for depression? Dude, if I had classes for depression, I'd have a PhD. I'm kidding. I gotta be funny without something sad attached to it. How to depress 101. How to be employed 101. We should all take that. That's a good one. The journey to finding the root cause of suffering. This is the first chapter, and honestly, I know this sounds really bad, but you could probably stop reading it after this quote. People have a hard time letting go of their suffering out of a fear of the unknown. They prefer suffering that is familiar. That is true. We're a creature of habit. We like to be in places that we are used to. And like, that is fucked up and it insinuates a lot and it's a hard pill to swallow. And you can have your every single thought about everything that you feel is contradictory to this statement, also valid. But if you're stuck in your suffering, you should I think that you need courage. And when I say courage, I mean the courage to say that you are actually not stuck in life. You actually know exactly what you need to do and what you want. It's the courage to listen to that part of your brain that you are trying to bury and kill every day by continuing to suffer. Because once you acknowledge that you actually know what you want to do and you know where you want to go and why you keep feeling stuck, it's like past the point of no return, and there are no more excuses, and you have to come face to face with your own insecurities and the fact that you were not brave enough to take the first step. And it's a super hard pill to swallow, and this is just what the book taught me. But yeah. Also, the grass is always greener. You know, you can't live your life linearly. And when I say that, I mean, like, you cannot base all of your happiness on a goal. Your life is a set of moments and your life is a bunch of journeys, and you should enjoy the journey and not like once you get there, because like you're in a way generalizing your whole life. Like, I'll be happy once I get here and do this. That's not how life works. Life is not linear. You gotta, if you're not happy now and you're not doing the steps to fix what you're experiencing at this moment, then you will not be happy when you get there, quote unquote. Because getting there is not what makes you happy. Yep. It's true. You will always want more. You will always want more. Everything will be a hollow victory. You will always reminisce the journey, not the destination. True. I mean, think about it. Like, in the book, there's like a analogy where, let's say your goal is to climb a mountain and get to the very top. So, like, do you feel like you would still feel fulfilled if you took a helicopter to the very top, stood there for 5 minutes, and then flew the helicopter back down? Probably not. The journey is what makes it worth it. And even if you don't make it to the very top, that journey still did something to you, still did something for you. Thank you for talking about this. I'm sure this discussion has helped many. I hope so. Or turned them into crazy conspiracy theorists. Either way, I mean, I hope I did something. We're all shifters. Oh, bro, I'm shifting right now. It's coming. It's turtle heading. It's crazy to say, but yeah, that helped. What do you mean crazy to say? I say helpful things quite often, actually. Do you guys just not hear me? Okay. I'm just happy you're back. I missed your stream. Oh, that made me happy. Excuse me. I'm the chosen one? You're so annoying. You are actually very wise and understanding. Oh my gosh, really? You think so? That makes me happy. Been going through a lot, and this talk is helping me a bit. I'm glad. That makes me happy. Yay. And I know the title of the book now, The Courage to Be Disliked. And I also read Don't Believe Everything You Think. I think the next one I'm going to read is The Mountain Is You. And then I'm going to read Atomic Habits. And then I'm going to become Patrick Bateman. Chuckle Void, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Thank you. What else? Oh, and then I'm going to read Power. Wait, do you guys know that book? I love Atomic Habits. Yeah, I've never read it before. I want to read it. It's called The 48 Laws of Power, and it's just how to manipulate people. I'm going to read it. Clue chat, you know books? What kind of power? I've heard of it. Unlimited power. And then I'm going to read the romantic version of it. Power, the 40 Laws of Power. What is it? There's like a version for like love too, where it's just like, it's like the same laws from Power, but like applied to women. So you can like, well, I don't know if this is true. This is what like my friends told me. They're like, it's so you can manipulate women easier. I'm gonna read it. And then I'm gonna collab with Lucy. Don't tell her that, 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 don't stop, don't tell her that, don't tell her that. Don't tell her that, don't tell her that. That's just people talking shit, pal. Clipped and no competitive gaslighting. Guys, let me remind you about the core principles of Adlerian psychology, in which I read in The Courage to Be Disliked. If you view everyone as anything other than a comrade, you will live a hollow life. You will live a shit life. You will see everyone as an enemy and something to be like conquered, and that fucking sucks. And you're gonna be competing in a competition that only you are participating in. Comrade! That's just the terminology the book read. Psychopath behavior. Okay, Chairman. No, don't call me that! She don't look like a bunny girl to me. I'm a bunny girl? Since when? Okay, alright, I'm ignoring the chat. Bye! Horrifying, dude. Anyways, let's see. Key takeaways from Courage to Be Disliked. Okay, so if you want to have good relationships with people around you, you have to understand that you need to let go of the universal need for approval. You need to embrace authenticity, and you have to understand the separation of tasks. So you can only focus on what you can control, and you cannot impede on other people's journeys or their tasks, their life tasks, if that makes any sense. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. You can be there and help people, but if you want to have a healthy friendship, there needs to be some distance in which, and that distance is the respect that you have for other people around you. You respect that they're capable of drinking the water that you led them to, if that makes any sense. Like, you respect and show and know that they have the tools and know how to use it. You can show them how, but you cannot do it for them. And you need to continue to have that space in between people in order to be happy. And you cannot expect, like, you cannot treat people transactionally, because that creates a vertical hierarchy of friendship, and you want a horizontal one. Not a horizontal one where you're parallel in a bed. Reminder, it is a metaphor, not physically horizontal. Whatever, dude. Anyways, I don't know. I liked talking about stuff that I read and weird rabbit holes I fall into on the internet. I thought it was like, one, I felt like I was teaching myself by teaching you guys what I learned. And maybe everything I said was mumbo jumbo, or maybe everything I said doesn't mean anything to you now. But I hope that in the future, at least this is my experience. But whenever I go see my therapist, she'll always tell me like life lessons or quotes or principles. And I know what she means and I hear what she's saying and I know how to implement that into my life. It won't mean anything to me until I experience it, because there is nothing more important and more meaningful than you experiencing it for yourself. Like being in a situation where you can apply that rule or whatever tool you're like thinking about. So even if nothing I say right now means anything right like at this second, I hope that one day it does mean something and that you can find happiness even if I had a teeny tiny little hand in it. And I don't want anything in return except a Twitch prize. Ooh. I'm kidding. It was a joke. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Can you rewatch the stream? Can you rewatch this stream baked? Dude, can you imagine if anyone was watching my stream baked right now? That'd be so funny. I'm not baked at all. This was me completely sober. These are all my coherent thoughts. Like, I went down this rabbit hole completely sober. I looked at it from a completely objective point of view. And I came back. That's the important thing. I came back. I didn't fall deeper into it. I came back. White Fang, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. I'm just glad you're back. Thanks. Big Cake Monster isn't baked. Tap. I'm high off of life right now, dog. True. I like this picture that I use a lot. Hold on, let me scroll. I'm scrolling. It's a really important picture. And I think that everyone needs to take this picture and like put it into use. Whoa. Did I download it correctly? Slay. Okay, here it is, chat. Is this picture a 3-day vacation? No. Almost forgot. This is the whole point. I genuinely love this picture so much. Hell yeah, brother. What is in that fucking cup? I don't know. It looks insane, though. Looks like a good day, though. What's in that cup? I don't know. Maybe he shifted. It's the shift mug. Wow, I'm Omega baked. Don't know if mind blown or freaking out. Okay. Think. Ooh, what's a cool fact to say to tell people that are high? Mind blowing. Life-altering conspiracies. Everything's a simulation. Nothing's real. We're all a bunch of ones and O's on a computer. Everything you're experiencing has already happened, and we're just re-experiencing it because we already died, and right now we're just going through like the memories of our lives when when you know, like when you're dying and your life flashes before your eyes. That's what we're experiencing right now. And we're a figment of, oh yeah, everything is not real. Like nothing is real unless you perceive it. So until like everyone around you could be made up and you don't know if they're real or not because, yeah. No one is real conspiracy. Solipsism. It's the philosophical idea that only one's mind is certain to exist. That's true. We are only certain that we ourselves exist because we cannot think for other people. It is often presented as a compelling and difficult theory to disprove. That's true. I say that's true as if I'm a philosopher or something. How can you be sure that you even exist? That's true. Okay, but I can recognize that I exist. I am. I am. I think, therefore, I am. Quote. Cogito ergo sum. This is such a bad episode of Black Mirror. What the fuck? This is the best episode of Black Mirror. This stream could literally be the fucking grand finale. Are you serious? I hate you. I goon, therefore I am. That's so true. Maybe that's the point, chat. Almost forgot this is the whole point. When you realize that what you're seeing is a hallucination from the brain and nothing actually visible, it's all just bouncing energy. True. I think, therefore, I cum. Okay. Brain empty equals happiness. I mean, that's kind of what the first point was, that like meditation is really important because it's the only, like, can you think, and it's funny that I have to ask that, but can you think of a time where your brain just like shuts off or like is quiet for a second? The only time that happens is when you're fucking exhausted or about to go to bed, right? Like, we don't ever give our brains a moment of rest throughout the day, and we should be trying to do that. Because, like, you know, we reset our bodies physically all the time, like when we sit down and we chill out and take a deep breath and like drink some water. But like, do we do that for our brains? No, probably not. So like, give yourself like a few minutes out of the day to just like stop thinking. You should lay on the floor and have floor time. Ever since I cleaned my room, chat, I've been really enjoying floor time. And if you don't know what floor time is, it's the best time of the day. It's when you lay on the floor and you just stare at the ceiling and you turn your brain off. And maybe you could listen to some music. You could listen to I personally wouldn't listen to a podcast. I would just listen to music or just like stare at the ceiling. Doesn't work for me. I have tried. Then I think you have ADHD. I don't think that's depression. I think that is a form of meditation. I would do that, but my knees won't let me. See, here's the thing. You guys are saying you can't do it, but that's because it's not because you can't actually do it. It's because you already made up in your mind that you don't want to do it. And so now you're looking for reasons to give me so that you won't do it. It's not that you can't do it, it's that you won't do it. And now think about all the times where you do that in your day-to-day life. Okay, it's true. I'm sorry, chat, but floor time, having a good sleep schedule, and going outside is unfortunately very good for your mental health. I know, this is revolutionary science, but it is true. The more you go to the, listen, do you know when I told you guys about Zucosis and how our technology evolved so fast that our genetics and DNA, and we didn't have time to evolve with the technology and with society. I think that we should go back to being a little bit like cavemen. Cavemen like to go outside and enjoy the sun, and they like to lift heavy objects. Ooga booga, I lift the rock, I make brain feel good. And that's why I go to the gym, chat. That's why my arms are fucking humongous. Go to gym, lift, rock, be happy, brain, feel good. Haha! I have a meme. Behold. Lift heavy stone, make sad head voice quiet. You get it, chat? It makes sense, right? A caveman make the sad voice but quiet. Cause you lift the heavy brain. Right? Monkey me lift heavy tired now. Ugh. You can do it, guys. I believe in you. And my good vibrations, the good vibrations I'm emitting because I am a higher spiritual being than all of you, is going to now be manifested in all of you as everyone has to take a shit now. Yeah, as an awakened higher spiritual being, I command all of you to shit yourselves right now. Prove you have free will. Shit yourself right now. Yeah. I know. I'm the fucking goat. Oh yeah, and watch Sinners if you can. It's so good. Anyways, I'm gonna get off. That funny. Anyways, I'm gonna get off. I'm going to partake in leaving so that I can also be at 100% for you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. All right. Might be earlier. I don't know. I'll post a schedule. But thanks everybody for yapping with me. And I hope we had fun. And if you guys like stupid yap streams like this, please let me know. And I love you. Thank you everybody for coming and hanging out with me, and Vito for the big raid. And also, yeah, Vito's literally Ferb from Phineas and Ferb. Have fun with Spite. See you guys later, okay? Oh. Not you, right? No way, Spite. I was gonna raid you. No, we thought the same thing. I can't. I was gonna raid you, girl. You're so... I can't. Of course this happened. Literally, like, within the 10 seconds. It was within 10 seconds. I can't. I literally can't. Who do I... Oh my lord, that is so funny. Thank you so much, Spy. I hope you had a wonderful time playing Poppy Playtime. And everyone be sure to follow Spy and give her lots of love. That's so funny. We're on the same wavelength. Dude, that's just like all the conspiracy theories I was saying today, that we're all a collective consciousness and that we're all God. The shifting is dude, holy shit. Shifting is happening, chat. I had to shit myself and Shox had to shit himself. I wanted to raid Spite and Spite wanted to raid me. We're literally shifting. This is crazy. Oh my god. It's real. Okay, I'm gonna watch The Matrix. I'm gonna watch The Matrix, guys, and I'm gonna prove that it's actually real and based on the true story. I was there, chat. I was literally there. Okay, who do I raid? Jato, who do I raid? I'm still shifting, by the way. Joe boy. Good boy. Bye, everybody. I'm so sorry again, Spite. We're gonna if you guys are still here, Spite Raiders, we can all share the same raid message as I send you off to your second home. I'm sorry. I'm sending you back to the farm upstate. I'm so sorry. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry for the trouble. Double raid. Bye. Bye. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. I don't know what time yet. Be sure to follow Spy. Give Chibi lots of love. Bye bye.